generally speaking. The 550s are all the little tunnel boats that you can see. And all the monos are the 25 horsepowers. Doesn't mean they have to be, it's just the way this one's worked out in actual fact. So we've got Reckless Junior Baxter Ramsey, Kelsey Dempster in the Dictator. Miss Martini with Sammy Martin. Paddy Pack is in the Bucking Bull. APBA 13, the winner of the first race, Glenn Seckham. Bumble Bull with Amber Bull. We've got Addicted with Jackson Seckham. And Charlie Kerwood in the Bull Ship. Yes, I said ship. And for any of you thinking that these names are ridiculous, you can blame him, that man down there. His name's Kim Bull, and he's the boss. No bull. Here we go. Flag drops. You know what stops. We are racing in 550 and 25, and it looks like a clean start for everybody. Bumble Bull gets an absolute cracker with Amber Bull. So too does Seckham in the Addicted. Have a look, Kelsey Dempster having a real dip. Baxter Ramsey on the outside. Glenn Seckham not quite as dominant as he was. Oh, Sammy Martin has a wild ride, nearly spits herself out of the boat. Gathers it back together though in the Miss Martini. That's why I don't race a 25 horsepower. And Charlie Kerwood doing a much nicer job this time around. That boat a bit off the pace in race number 1. So the two tunnels fire up the back straight away. Seckham over Bull at the moment. Addicted over Bumble Bull. So it's Jackson Seckham up through the top turn, and he's got quite a decent break there now. This is probably the most modern boat in the field. Throwing its nose up a little bit as they come out. Bumble Bull just sticks its nose up the inside there. Rest of the field going up through turn number 2 for the first time. So it's Jacko Seckham in first place at the moment, leading the 550cc category. Back to Amber Bull. Then it's a 25 horsepower battle going on between Glenn Seckham on the inside and Kelsey Dempster on the outside. So the APBA 13 boat on the inside and the Dictator on the outside. Then it's Baxter Ramsey doing a great job in the Reckless. Sammy Martin on the inside and Charlie Kerwood round the outside. Up the back straight away we go. And it's a pretty comfortable Jackson Seckham at the moment. Amber Bull hasn't quite got the pace to go with him at this stage. So down the front chute, rest of the field just goes up through turn number 2. Looking pretty solid at the moment. And Seckham doing a beautiful job. Boat sitting right up on its tail. No wind. You can just sit it up there and it's sitting perfectly. The Addicted boat. Then it's back to the Bumble Bull with Amber Bull. Glenn Seckham just pokes his nose in front of Kelsey Dempster, but I tell you what, she'll be like a dog with a bone. She won't let that one go. She'll be all over him. Seckham, though, uses the inside line to his advantage. Baxter Ramsey, bit of a lonely run for him, as it is for Sammy Martin in the Miss Martini. And Charlie Kerwood. Just not quite the pace in that boat at the moment. But the good news is he's still in it and he's still dry. So yellow flag gets produced. Signalling 1 lap to go for this young man. Jackson's second. Absolutely wringing the neck of this boat. Look at it sitting up, just beautiful. You can see daylight right through the sponsons as it sits up. Little boat firing away down into the bottom turn. So too's the Bumbleball boat. It's sitting very nicely as well. It's not quite the pace of the Addicted boat. Oh, have a look at this. Kelsey Dempster snuck up the inside of Secco here. So Seckham's going to need to be really cautious because Kelsey Dempster, you give her an inch, she'll take about 3 miles. Trying to sneak it up the inside. This is the battle for the 25s at the moment. Baxter Ramsey, he comes through. He's running in third in the 25 category. Sammy Martin into fourth. Charlie Kerwood, he's running in third in the 550cc category at the moment. And checkered flag comes out. And it's going to be Jackson second all the way in the Addicted. Taking a beautiful win there. Well done, young Jackson. Give him a round of applause. He comes through. He gets it done nicely. Amber Bull, beautiful job from her in the Bumble Bull. Second place in 550 and second outright. And Glennie Seckham's done a great job there to hold off a hard charging Kelsey Dempster. So he'll be the first 25 home. Kelsey will be second. Oh, Baxter Ramsey has a wild... Oh, he's still hanging on to it. Boat is loose as a goose down this final straightaway, but Baxter Ramsey hangs it together. Comes through, picks up third place in 25. And the Miss Martini boat, Sammy Martin, she'll pick up fourth place in 25s. And young Charlie Kerwood, great job from him as well. That boat just a touch off the pace here today, but he's done a good job. Next race on the card, folks, we are looking for will be 1.6 litre hydroplanes. Alrighty, 1.6 litre hydros, and looks like someone's running cowless. Not sure which one it is yet. We'll have to wait till it comes round and find out for you. I don't know whether they've had a little bit of a problem in the pits or what the go is there. If I actually knew which one it was, it'd make it a lot easier for me to commentate because both those boats look the same normally. But the 86 has yellow sign work on the starboard side of the cockpit. So once it comes around this side, I'll be able to tell you. Paul Cunningham also wears a yellow helmet, but that's a little bit tricky to pick up in the cockpit from where I am. So big shout out to our man Dewey Nichols, Neil. He's at home watching from Lake Boga. Big 1.6 litre racer. Wrecked his boat. You think he could have at least come down. You know. Bit rude, I thought. But anyway, he's at home enjoying the racing on the GP Hydro live streaming. So good on you, mate. We miss you here. Flag drops. 1.6 litre actions on the water. We are away. And Bradley Hollands has the inside run. We'll just pick them up as they come through. Hollands dancing. So it's the 86 that's running cowless. Paul Cunningham. The 100 has its cowl on, and they come in and get through turn number one nice and clean here at beautiful Paynesville on Lake King. So we believe championship races are done for these guys. This one is for bragging rights. Up through the top turn we go. And unfortunately, Brad Hollands just hasn't got the pace of these two later model boats. Two carbon fibre Harrison Racing team boats as they absolutely fly down the front straight. Have a look at this. The 86 dancing from sponson to sponson. PC, Paul Cunningham, wringing the neck of this little 86 boat. Harrison not even able to go with him at the moment. Oh! Hollands has a big wild ride as well as he pulls the port sponson way up into the air. Back shoot now, and it is all Paul Cunningham. Tips it into the port turn at the top end of this beautiful Lake King course. The Melton Toyota 86, powered by the 4AEG Toyota twin cam engine. And Cunningham absolutely with the bit between his teeth at the moment as he comes down the front chute. That boat dancing from sponson to sponson. A little bit more settled this time around. So he tips in down into the port turn at the bottom end of the course. Harrison on the inside. Brad Hollands can only watch him drive away at the moment. He hasn't got the pace to go with him. He's probably got the top end speed, but he's just lacking that acceleration out of the corners in the Hollands boat. It's a quick little boat considering it is a bigger boat than both these other boats. But unfortunately, just hasn't quite got the mumbo to get the job done on these two later model machines. So the Melton Toyota boys, side by side, down the front chute, pick up the yellow flag. Paul Cunningham out in front. That boat absolutely sitting beautifully on the water. Harrison just a little bit behind him there. Brad Hollands really having a go. That boat just absolutely dancing over the water like a skipping stone. But that's where he loses it, that acceleration out of the bottom turn there. Got plenty of straight line speed, no problem. And the boat really light and flighty and loose, but just hasn't quite got the acceleration required. Checkered flag comes out. And this will be your Victorian champion, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Cunningham in the Melton Toyota 86 takes the win in fine style. Cowless. But that didn't slow him down, not one little bit. Grant Harrison comes through into second place in the Melton Toyota 100 entry. And Brett Hollins in the HBR completes the course in third place. Next race on the card, folks, is our open outboard. Mellow Yellow, LS Marine, Pepperoni Playboy, Takana Shoestring Racing, Race Marine, Bud Light, and Tennessee Chief. A couple of those boats have had some issues, and Race Marine didn't run in the last run. Might be saving that boat for the open water race a little bit later on today. So Brad Hollins, give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he brings the HBR Holly Boys Racing. Grant Harrison in the Melton Toyota 100. And your Vic champion will be Paul Cunningham, so give it up for him. All right, Neil, here we go, son. Unlimited outboard. This should be an absolute barn burner. Here we go. Flag drops. We're racing. Mellow Yellow gets a good start on the inside. We've got a good run going there from Richard Meads as well, and Daniel Cook. In fact, Richard Meads has got some pace over Cookie. Shawnee Oliver gets the hot run down into turn number 1. Davey Meads tries to hold him a little bit tight there. Good to see Widow there and Takana up and going again as well, as we all fire away down the back straight away. Can throw a blanket over him. Have a look at the acceleration out of Sean Oliver and the shoestring boat as he fires away. Looks like Meadsy might have a little bit of a problem here on the outside in the Bud Light. This is going to get interesting up into the top turn. Meadsy comes back with a vengeance now. I don't know what went on there. He had a little bit of a drama up the back chute, but it looks like he's gathered it back together and now he's up and running. He runs very, very wide. So battle continues on the inside of him, and it's Sean Oliver at the moment in shoestring racing. Charging hard down the front straight away. Richard Meads having a bit of a look at him. David Meads now up and about in the Bud Light racing as they come down into turn number 1 for the second time. Back to Richard Meads, Daniel Cook and Matt Kelly. Paul Whitten in the Takana rounding out the field, but we fire at the back chute and it's still Sean Oliver all the way. Back to David Meads, back to his brother Richard Meads, then Daniel the Pepperoni Playboy Cook, and Matthew Kelly in the Mellow Yellow. Paul Whitten in the Takana, rounding it out. Up through the top turn now, Davey Meads, he'll want to get his skates on here because Sean Oliver looks very fast. Great to see this boat back on the water. It's only his first weekend in the boat and he's doing a wonderful job. Shoestring Racing out in front. Ticks off another lap. Shawnee Oliver doing an amazing job. Dave Meads showing everything at it. Look at the trim into the Bud Light. He's not mucking around. He is serious. Richard Meads still holding off Daniel Cook. Mellow Yellow. Matty Kelly struggling to stay with these two bigger engines. Not sure what engine Meadsy's got on the boat at the moment, but I'd have to think that it's his 2.4 litre. Daniel Cook running his 2.5 litre 260. Oh, Takana has a little bit of a jump and a leap, bit of a prop-free moment. Yellow flag comes out. I tell you what, Meadsy's going to want to get his skates on here because Sean Oliver's holding him off. This is unbelievable. And Sean Oliver's only his third race in this boat. And he's holding off the hard-charging Dave Meads in his Trash GTR. Cookie's gone to the outside and he managed to poke his nose in front of Richard Meads now, so this battle continues on. Meadsy runs a tight line. He'll probably exit the corner in front, but I tell you what, Cook pushing hard. Matt Kelly struggling to make up the ground there. It's a drag race up the back straight away between Cook and Meads. Up through the top turn. Can Shawnee Oliver hold off Dave Meads? This will be an absolute party in the shoestring camp tonight if he can hold him off. Dave Meads comes at him hard, but I think Sean's going to get there. Oliver in shoestring racing gets in over the top of Dave Meads in Bud Light. He'll be ecstatic. And the next battle going on between the monohulls. It's a drag race to the line. Who's got the pace? Who's got the speed? Daniel Cook on the outside. Richard Meads on the inside. They charge to the line. There's nothing in it. Richard Meads just by about half a boat length over Daniel Cook. Cookie pumps the air, but I'll tell you what, son, you didn't get there. Matty Kelly comes through. Not the pace that we've seen from him. Oh, the old fox, Richie Meads, showing the young fella the way home there. And the Takana, Paul Widow Whitten, gets the job done nicely as well. Great racing as always from our Unlimited Outboards. Races going on within the race everywhere. So next race we have on the card for you, ladies and gentlemen, is the 85 mile an hour category. We're looking for Freedom with Bobby Reid. Moonshine, not sure that'll be running after its last effort. Looked like it was pretty terminal, the problem they had there with Mikey Godsell. One more with Nathan Bartzak. Sub-Zero with Nathan Stevens. The Artist with Mark Schultz. Pete McDonald in Old Horny. And Short Temper with Jason Jones. Dave Meads, put your hands together for him. But I tell you what, keep the applause coming because Shorty Oliver, first race in the boat, first win for the weekend, and he'll be absolutely ecstatic. Boat owned by Rocket Rod Glasfeld, and Sean Oliver takes a win. Richie Meads, first mono home. Good job, son. Daniel Cook, what a drive from him as well. And Matty Kelly and Paul Witten in the Takana.
Yeah, but if the battery goes flat, the power should still do the job. Or does the battery need to be out? I don't get it. Come on, mate.
mate. The offshore powerboats go around, are they, or they've already been round? Or?
They haven't as yet, mate, but I'm not sure.
I was saying 4 o'clock-ish or so this morning, it said.
Well,
don't know.
Possible that it'll still happen, but we'll have to drop it.
They look like they're nowhere near getting near the water. TCR. Yeah.
Don't know.
All right, thanks, mate.
Alright folks, we've got our 85 mile an hour category heading out onto the water. The old Horny, Pete McDonald. The old man River, Silver Fox, Bobby Reed in Freedom. The young gun, Nathan Stevens in the Sub-Zero. And I'm looking for more boats, but I can't see any. So we've killed a couple of. I believe that Schulte might have broken out in the last race, which is a bit of a shame for him. But that's the name of the game. So 85 bracket racing class now. Little hydroplane, the old Horny hydroplane. McDonald behind the wheel. He is fast. Make no mistake about that. Nathan Stevens, he'll be keen to get going here. First day, he's had a ripper day so far. Flag drops, rooster tail comes up. Have a look at the little hydroplane really throwing that roost up in the air. Nathan Stevens on the outside of him as they fly down into turn number 1. Stevens hasn't quite got the pace to go with them down into turn 1. Bobby Reed on the inside, he'll run that tight line. Reed and Bobby Reed, the Silver Fox, fires away down the back chute. In this 85 mile an hour category, Nathan Stevens, he ducks up the inside of the old Horny. He should be able to position himself up into second spot by the exit of turn 2, I would suggest. They bunch up a little bit up into the top turn. Stevens drops into the wash there of Reed. And on the outside, McDonald pushing hard. Have a look at the little hydro. Plenty going on in that boat as it fires down the front straight away. Nathan Stevens now pulls up alongside the Silver Fox and pokes his nose into the lead as they go into turn number 1. That inside line gives Bobby Reed a little bit of an advantage, but Nathan will probably have the acceleration to outgun him here. Bobby Reed still quick, that little 4.2 litre boat. Fantastic little rig. Such a beautifully balanced boat. He's done so well with that boat over the years. Multiple 4.2 litre titles to his name. Stevens pulls up alongside him though. Yellow flag will come out on this lap, so there'll be one to go for these guys. Old Horny still trying to get it done down the outside. Stevens pokes his nose a little bit further into the lead than he was on the last lap. Oh, Reed's got a problem. Bobby Reed's pulled into the middle. What a shame. That was becoming a really enthralling race. And that leaves Nathan Stevens to fire up the back chute all by himself. Just driving away from the old Horny with Pete McDonald behind the wheel. Up on the limiter, you can hear it popping and carrying on. I don't know, does he get thrown in the water for this one, Max? He does, beautiful. It's not his first ever win, but we'll call it his first win. Nathan Stevens, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him in the Sub-Zero, first win in the new boat on his first day racing it. Great effort. And Pete McDonald in the old Horny. So poor old Nathan will be going for a swim now. And I'll give you the tip, folks, it's about to snow down here in Paynesville. It is freezing. Put your hands together, folks. Nathan Stevens, his first win in his new boat. Well done. Sub-Zero. Keep your eye out for it. It's going to win a whole lot more stuff. The Flying Mullet. So I believe our next race is the Gold Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Paynesville Gold Cup. Poor old Bobby Reed getting towed back in. That's a rare day. I can absolutely assure you of that. That boat never stops. So that's a shame for Bobby. Anyway, it'll give him something to do. He's retired. Saves him having to trim the roses at home. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I feel like someone's got an ice block on the right-hand side of my head. What about you, Paulie? Paul's all wrapped up. He looks like Ronald McDonald down there. With his gloves on, his bucket hat on, his beanie on. No, he had the second head removed when he left Tasmania. Paynesville Gold Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Shoestring Racing, Bud Light Racing, Aussie Connection, and Mellow Yellow are the boats we're looking for the big race of the weekend, the Paynesville Gold Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Big thank you to all our supporters here this weekend. And we certainly hope everybody's enjoyed the boat racing today. We've got a few more races to go. I believe our next race after this one will be our open water offshore boys. I'll stand corrected, but I believe that's what's happening. .6s and then open water. That's a yes. So it'll be 1.6 after this, and then our open water race. The big offshore boats heading out, so that'll be an exciting way to finish the day up. They might have their miners' helmets on by that stage. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, get your backsides trackside because we have got the Paynesville Gold Cup for 2022 about to hit the water. As the big Merlin fires up in the pits, we've got Shoestring Racing fresh off his first win. We've got Bud Light and we've got Mellow Yellow. So not only is Aussie Connection flying the flag for the hydroplanes and the Merlins, but for the inboards in general. Looks like they're having trouble getting the big girl started. It's a shame.